Hey guys, what's going on? Stevie Boy over here, and welcome to Stories from the Garage. What's going on? How was your weekend, guys? Was it the weekend? Can't even remember with all this quarantine stuff. I basically have lost time. I've lost track of time now. I guess it's Monday. I don't know. Maybe I should start getting dressed just in order to make a difference between my day and between the weekdays and the weekends. We'll see. I don't really care. It's not affecting my working schedule at all, so that's good. There was this social, I guess it's people that study social behavior that have said that you should keep up with your routine. That way your routine itself does not get affected once we go back to the normal. But honestly, with all this nonsense, is there going to be a normal ever again? Yeah, smart guy. Gotcha. That's one thing for sure. But yeah, how was your weekend? Did you guys do anything fun while in quarantine? If you are rich and you're listening to me, did you do anything fun in your mansion? Anything at all? Please let me know. And it'd be nice to know that too. To see how rich people are enjoying their quarantine time compared to normal people. How the difference. What things do we have in common? And maybe we can come up with ideas together in order to make quarantine more of a social experiment in a way. Yeah, as well as it's already a social experiment on its own because I've never spent so much time in my house ever in my life. I think that only when I was born and when I was at the hospital, but that's the only times when I just spent a lot of time being inside of a place without having to go out. But it's all good. It's for a good cause. It's for our lives. So you gotta do what you gotta do in order to stay alive. Stay alive. Staying alive. Alright, enough of singing. So let me know. What you guys did on your weekend? It'd be nice to know. In my case, I basically worked out, and I have been joining the every night at 8 p.m. now, starting on Friday, the entire city has been coming out, and we've been basically cheering each other up, and also most importantly, cheering our soldiers right now, who are the doctors and the nurses that are in the front lines, as well as first responders, the people that clean the streets, and whoever is out there working on making our lives easier for the rest of us. So that's what we have been doing lately, and it's been fun. I'm not gonna say it hasn't been fun. It allows you also to just come out and have a breath of air and just enjoy the very few seconds that you can outside of your terrace. So that's fun. Also have your mini patio. If you have any, we do have a mini patio in my apartment. So me and my girlfriend would go out there, and we just yesterday I came out with a pot and a ladle, and I was just hammering on the pot, just making a lot of noise, and it was fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun for sure. Yeah, so what's going on in the world? Let's see what's been happening in the world. Yeah, so this weekend, besides working out, I also had a chance to watch Rocky. They were showing the entire set of movies, and I got to catch, I believe it was Rocky 2 and Rocky, I think it was 4 and 5. Yeah. And honestly, I must admit that Rocky, he has a very poor judgment when it comes to money. It's ridiculous. Every single time that the movie would start, I thought that the first time it would start basically just him being poor and all that. And even for the second time, I can see how he can be poor still because he has not won anything. But man, seriously, by the third and the fourth and the fifth time, come on, man, you gotta hire yourself a CPA or something like that. I don't think it'd be that expensive to hire a CPA. You have all the money in the world. It's going to be cheaper for you to hire a CPA than having to give up all your money senselessly and not knowing how you're administering it. I was very disappointed. It was like, because especially when he's fighting against the Russian, like, it's really funny how the Russian has all this equipment. He's almost like a bionic man, the way they portrayed him, with all this like gadgets on him and all these sensors on him. And meanwhile, what's his face? Rocky. He's basically Rocky Balboa. Yeah, he's basically running away from dogs in the snow. And then he's basically, I think at some point he was working as a, like, locksmith. Not a locksmith, but a logman, just like a woodsman, just chopping trees. And I'm not saying that's bad to do that, but I mean, if you have made so much money, then that means that you're basically acting like a maniac with your money. You're acting kind of like this one of these like 21st century socialist countries that basically end up wasting all their money that they are making, and you end up with nothing in the end. So a message for you guys out there: if you guys are making boatloads of money, do something smart with it. Do not just waste it. And this also brings me back to I just remember watching this episode of South Park when I think it's Kyle's dad is trying to teach him how to save money. And he's teaching him to put it in the bank, open a savings account, and all that fun stuff that involves saving money. And it's really funny how the guy puts the money in the account, right? He's just opening the account, and the teller opens the account for him, and then by the end of it, he's like, and it's gone. It's like, you gotta be like smarter than that with your money. I mean, I don't even know what smart with the money is anymore, man. So you guys have seen how the market basically just crashed in the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks, So one thing is for sure, we need to be smarter when we choose our leadership, just in case, that you guys know. It's very important. And so that was very funny. And honestly, at some point when I was watching going back to the Rocky thing, when I was watching Rocky, I get confused for a second because I've noticed that he's just like running around Philadelphia, and then he starts like having all these kids chasing him. So at some point I felt like he was like the flutist of Hamlin, when the guy is basically like grabbing all these kids, taking the kids away from his parents because the parents had not paid him for having won the world championship and having brought all the attention to the neighborhood. So he basically decided that, hey man, like, I don't have any money and I'm screwed right now, so you guys have to pay me because I have put this neighborhood in the spotlight in a positive way. So if you guys don't pay me, I'm going to take away your kids in the craziest way possible. So he just starts running around the place, and then you can see the kids running after him. And honestly, like, the first thing that came to my head was the flutist of Hamlin, when he's playing the flute and he's like attracting the kids. It was really funny, like, making that connection. I was like, dude, yeah, this is borderline creepy. So yeah, like, That was really funny for sure. And then, yeah, that was really, really, really funny. And then, what else did I want to talk about to you guys today? Well, I mean, there were many things that I've seen over the weekend. I guess I just have to pick one of these ones, so I'm not gonna talk to you about all of them. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go with this one because I think this one's very funny. Slash, like, sad. Almost ironically sad in a way. Because, have you guys heard of OAN Network? It's One America News Network. So, I was watching last night this show from John Oliver. What an awesome comedian that he is. And he brought to my attention OAN, right? And I'm watching it. I'm watching the whole thing. And honestly, like, OAN is so far right and so far ignorant that they are making Fox News to be like CNN, as liberal as CNN, seriously. That's how crazy these people from OAN are. I was shocked, to hear their brutality and how stupid they are. It was really, really, really funny how idiots these people are. Like, and I honestly thought that people from Fox News were idiots. Not to say that the people from CNN are not idiots, because they are also like very, very driven by yellow press. But man, the guys from OAN, that tops it up for me. It's like if I were listening to, I don't know, like, I don't even know what it is. It's like if I were listening to my ass talk, because seriously, like, all I could hear coming out of that was shit. And it really grabbed my attention, this one thing, which I may actually end up ranting about this part. So you guys better, like, if you guys are prude and all that, please, I recommend you guys stop listening to this part because it may get nasty. So one of the anchors, right? This silly goose. You guys may ask, why am I calling her crazy goose? She did. So listen to what she did. She's talking, right? And then she's asking about gender roles, right? She's basically complaining about there not being well-established gender roles anymore. How men and women and transgenders, they are basically like how homogeneous the whole issue of gender is becoming. There's not anymore that sense of gender roles as such, right? And honestly, this is what came to my head. This crazy silly goose is tired of working, guys. That's why she's complaining about all this issue about gender roles. Because honestly, you silly goose, you would literally be at home acting as a sex machine and acting as a reproductive machine and acting as the maid of your fucking husband if you would still be living in a society with gender roles. You silly goose. Seriously. Like, how retarded can you be? Like, that's the most ignorant thing. Like, have you ever thought about that? Like, how, thanks to all this thing about women's rights and basically having not gender roles basically enable you to have a job and to be able to work and to be able to be in a news network as an anchor. You idiot. I was like, dude, seriously? Like, are you out of your head? Like, I think you've been, like, this quarantine is really getting to your head too much. That was my first thought. Seriously. Because she's, like, so moronic. I just couldn't believe it. Like, gender roles? Seriously? You want to go back to gender roles? Like, I'm pretty sure that all you wanted to do, actually, and the reason why you're saying this is because you probably are not getting any. And the reason for that may be actually not because of basically your pregnant horse face, but most likely because of your thoughts, you know? So, and you basically want to go back there because you're tired of working. You silly goose. Seriously, just, you should think about that before you actually end up like even saying anything at all. You know, you are so stupid. You know, and then there's this other guy, right? This other guy is a moron. He's a fucking moron. You know, like he's saying that even if he's right, even if he's wrong, he's right. And then he comes over to say that he prefers to die rather than living in oppression. And honestly, that's not the way to say things, you stupid idiot. You know, like that's not how you actually get people hope. Like honestly, the way I would have approached the whole situation, because they are all complaining basically about, they are saying that the government is taking over their freedom, right? So that's the part that's confusing to me, because supposedly the president that they support is in government, and they are complaining about the government itself taking their freedom. So that means that they are going against the person that they are supporting. Isn't that crazy? Am I going bananas here? Seriously, like, please give them something. Like, I don't know, maybe they fell down when they were kids on their heads from the 10th floor. You know, that's how I was like, this cannot be real. You know, this guy, I was like, is this the definition of an oxymoron? Literally, these guys are stupid. I was like, man, I just could not believe it. You know, and this guy, he's such a jerk. Like saying that even when he's wrong and he's right. Well, I guess that makes sense because, like, I mean, if it's your show, it's your network. I guess that works for you. But hey, buddy, you know what's absolute? Nothing. So yeah. So I guess in the nothingness of the world, you saying something basically means nothing anyways. So yeah. Thank you for giving me material this week to talk about. Seriously, like, you guys have made my day. Like, after listening to that, I was like, all right, man, I get it. This is what I'll talk about. This is what I tell the guys about in my podcast. So please, if you're listening to my podcast, I would recommend you stay away from OAN. Yeah? Because it's like Fox News, but under steroids. I'm not even saying steroids. That's bullshit. This is under crack cocaine, and seriously, it's like that's how crazy the whole thing is. So it's like freaking Fox News, but under crack cocaine. All right, so just be mindful about that. You know, these guys are wackos. So if you want to know about the news, like, you know what, I would recommend listening to NPR actually. Yeah, because NPR, they just tell you the news and they let me make my own mind. You know, I've been telling this to people for the longest while, to the news networks. Do not give me your opinions, you know, like, give me the facts and I'll build the opinion on my own. I don't need for you to tell me your opinions. And this goes for right and left, you know, like both of them, they are idiots, complete and total idiots. Yeah, so yeah, yeah, I guess that'll be all for today, guys. And yeah, because I have to go out there and get ready to support the troops, the current troops right now that are in the front lines fighting the coronavirus. Yeah, like, we are getting there. Today is another day in the battle. It's another day that we have prevailed. and let's keep going. This is not over until it is. So in the meanwhile, in the meantime, let's just keep going. It's like we need that boost. It's like we need to keep on breathing. Let's stay positive. This may be another day inside of the house, but honestly, it's another day that we had the chance to live. And it's another day that we have lived. And let's make sure that we live every day to the best we can. Let's start appreciating the little things that we have in our lives. And maybe once we are done with all this madness of coronavirus and the virus has been defeated, hopefully once all this is done, basically, we can start appreciating our ability to be outside, and start appreciating freedom. And we can basically give freedom a new meaning, because for sure, it's what we have to do. Once this is over, we have to embrace it. In the meantime, let's just keep on fighting together. Fighting together means just staying at home. Very simple thing. Stay the fuck at home. Yeah. Seriously, guys. Oh shit, I may be running out of toilet paper, but oh well. What can we do? Running out of toilet paper. Let me see. What can I do if I'm running out of toilet paper? Maybe I'll start using lettuce leaves. Perhaps. That could be good. I'll start first with that will be basically the tip of the iceberg. And who knows? Maybe tomorrow remains to be seen. So, yeah. Alright, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And stay strong. Quarantine. Remember, not quarantine. We are quarantine. Remember, this is one more day in the fight. So, keep up. We can do this. Alright, guys. It's time to go. I love you very much. And bye.